We all know navigating the wild world of strains is complicated. Like, yeah, some are supposed to be good. Everyone's heard of gelato, but what the hell is gelato? Why is it so special compared to some random generic sounding strain called Tropicana Reggie? Well, long story short, it all comes down to these tiny chemical gremlins called terpenes. They're the little flavor goblins that set the tone of your za. And a good strain, that's basically when a specific mix of terpenes happens to hit in just the right way, and enough people collectively agree, yeah, this combo goes crazy, bro. As more and more people start studying the sacred art of the forbidden lettuce, they realize something. Not all grass hits the same. You start noticing patterns, like every time I smoke gelato, I'm chill, relaxed, maybe even a little poetic. But every time I smoke Dopa Loca Coca, I'm having fun until halfway through I start
rethinking every decision I've ever made.
Weird. And that's how it happens. One good experience, one consistent vibe, one damn, this gelato always hits right moment at a time. Boom. You just helped build gelato's rep in the strain world. But here's the problem that comes with clout. With it comes people trying to use it to their advantage. Because for every real gelato, there's 5 dudes out there trying to make a quick buck off its name. They'll use its hype against you, the innocent, curious, naive explorer who just wanted some premium za. You'll be looking at the menu, scrolling through the options, and there it is. Oh snap, gelato? I've heard a rapper mention that once. It's only 20 bucks an eighth? Of course, bruh. But the harsh truth, that's not gelato. That's the leftovers, the unsold mids, the bottom shelf bud that's been reborn through the sacred art of false labeling. They slap a shiny gelato name on it and suddenly it's flying off the shelves faster than a too good to be true Black Friday deal. But here's the good news. Fake gelato doesn't always mean bad za. Most of the time it's still decent, maybe even good. It's just inconsistent. One batch might have you chilling like a monk in a candlelit spa, and the next might have you cleaning your kitchen at 3 a.m. questioning your childhood. It's not that the grass is bad, it's just that the strain name doesn't mean much anymore. You're not buying gelato, you're buying a dude's interpretation of gelato. And that's why knowing your terpenes, genetics, and real cultivars actually matters, so you can tell the difference between hype buds and real deal legacy strains that hit the same every time. So, for the sake of science, education, and dare I even say the furtherment of mankind, I present to you the ultimate guide to strains. We're breaking down what's actually out there, from the real budget strains that stay consistent and won't break the bank, to the mid-tier Zaza for when you want to splurge a bit. Maybe it's a special occasion, you just hit level 50 on Borderlands 4 and you're looking for that reliable to even semi-exotic high. And finally, the premium exotics that make you stare at the price tag like, who in their right mind would spend 120 bucks on an eighth? Well, not people in their right mind, but the ones chasing that, I gotta try it once to see if the hype is real kind of high. Which most of the time, it's honestly probably not going to be worth it. Unlike today's sponsor, Everything 420, who decided Black Friday means dropping 40% off on hundreds of Zaza products. Yes, you heard right. For a limited time, E420, one of the biggest and most reliable online grass shops in the country, is running a straight minus 40% on a ton of their best sellers. And it gets even better. If you use my code CBDBRO, you stack in an additional 15% on top of that, giving you a total of 55% off. God damn! So if you've been holding off on picking up a new piece or literally anything else, this is probably the most affordable it's ever going to be in its entire lifespan. And the best part is, E420's inventory is so expansive that if you can't find what you're looking for there, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. It doesn't exist. All you have to do to be eligible is be at least 21, go to the pinned comment or description, and check out the biggest sale of the year. And yeah, some of those strains are genuinely worth it, but the real reason to know them isn't to flex, it's to make sure you don't get bamboozled by the hype. Let's start from the bottom, but respectfully. Because budget strains aren't bad grass, they're the OGs that built the foundation of modern Zaza. They've been around so long and grown so much that even mid-level growers can make them shine. These are the mass-cultivated, well-understood classics, simple genetics, easy to grow and reliable no matter who's behind the grow line. Basically, they're cheap because everyone knows how to do them right. The humble, honest, budget Za. These are the people strains, the ones that don't need holographic packaging or rapper cosigns. They're affordable because they've been around forever. The genetics are stable stable and growers have them down to a science. Blue Dream is the perfect example. Born in California in the early 2000s, a child of blueberry and haze, it became the blueprint for good bud that doesn't ruin your day. It's balanced, euphoric, and clear-headed. Growers love it because it yields like crazy and barely dies no matter what you do to it. That's why even when it's cheap, it still hits smooth and familiar, a strain that's too reliable to ever really go out of style. Then there's Northern Lights, basically the granddad of all chill strains. It first popped up in the Pacific Northwest in the 80s before the Dutch perfected it in Amsterdam. Fast-growing, pest-proof, and built for mass indoor farms, it's been industrially cultivated for decades, which is why it's still affordable, but almost always legit. If the Magic Spice had a bedtime story, it'd be Northern Lights tucking you in. Super Lemon Haze adds some zest to the mix, a citrus-forward legend. It's what happens when Lemon Skunk and Super Silver Haze have a love child that smells like optimism. It's bright, energetic, and dependable, the kind of Satovia you can find almost anywhere without gambling on quality. Now as we climb the Zaza ladder, we reach that middle ground, the zone of responsible indulgence. These are the strains you grab when you've got a little extra cash and want something that actually tastes as good as it feels. They're pricier but not ridiculous because they come from more curated genetics, smaller batches, and growers who actually care about flavor. Gelato 33 sits right at the top of this tier. Born from Sunset Sherbet and Thin Mint GSC, it's the one that started the modern luxury grass movement. Creamy, fruity, perfectly balanced, chill, but still productive. When you get the real thing, it smells like dessert and gasoline had a baby. If it doesn't, it's probably just another imposter. Then there's Wedding Cake. Despite the name, it doesn't taste like frosting. It's more earthy vanilla and soft calm, bred from Triangle Kush and Animal Mints. It's a perfect end of the day but not end of consciousness strain. It's for people who want to feel cozy but not comatose. And then there's Mimosa, the brunch strain, a cross between clementine and purple punch. It's bright, citrusy, and sociable, like orange juice with a personality disorder. It's functional enough for daytime high, yet fun enough to make folding laundry feel like a side quest. But now we step into sacred ground, the true exotics. These are the strains you save for birthdays, paydays, or whenever you just want to flex on your past self. They're expensive, yes, but they're also the reason modern za culture even exists, because these strains didn't just get famous, they changed the game, son. RS11 or Rainbow Sherbet 11 is where flavor became science. It introduced the whole terps over tea philosophy, fruity, creamy, and absurdly smooth. It's one of the few hype strains that's actually worth the hype, technically. The real cuts are so tightly controlled that fake RS11 almost always outsells the genuine article, because the real one never stays on shelves. Then there's Skittles, the original candy strain. If it smells like a fruit aisle in heaven, you found the real thing. If it smells like lawn clippings, congratulations, you've just been scanned by a marketing major. And finally, Lemon Cherry Gelato, the modern hype king. Every plug claims to have it, most don't. The authentic version bred by Backpack Boys and 5 Points hits with a perfect mix of sweetness, cream, and citrus, uplifting, euphoric, but without the anxiety spikes. It's potent but balanced, indulgent but smooth. See it for under $50? That's not a deal. That's mid in designer cosplay. And there you have it, your foundational strain knowledge unlocked. You now know which names actually mean something, which ones are safe bets for each budget, and how to spot a clout chaser holding a mislabeled eighth of Skittles like it's the holy grail. Say $90.